I need to apologize because I did a little mistake in my latest video. As you might have seen or not, I did a video about reamping boxes, a very nerdy video where I was comparing 5 different reamping boxes. I was comparing their sound and their noise and their distortion and their levels. And I was trying hard to make a, at least by YouTube standards, scientific comparison. And there's one thing that kind of slipped through. The cool thing is there are so many nice people watching and making comments under my videos, so they could help me out. One of those boxes happened to be from a company called Signal Art, and that one was highly requested by a lot of you guys. So I tried to find one, and I finally found one when I was in Los Angeles, and I included it into the test. Now, the tests are all correct. Everything I found out is correct. There's nothing flawed about the tests. What I found out was that this one actually sounds a lot more colored or introduces a lot more harmonics compared to the other more clean sounding devices, for example, from Radial or from Palma. And especially the low end, got quite crispy. So that introduced a lot of harmonics there. I mean, in the end, I also did some listening tests, and those differences are very subtle, like very tiny differences. But what I told you was, hey, this box is not clean. Now, then, I got a lot of comments from you guys saying, yeah, this box was never supposed to be clean because it was not the normal Signal Art reamping box. It was what they called what was it called again? Sorry. The Ang reamp. So they did 2 different boxes, and one of them was intended to sound or to introduce a certain tone. I didn't know that. So I'm just reading what they say about it here. This model became known as the Ang reamp. Blah, 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 blah. It became popular with the indie rock and metal and with the folks who like to experiment more with their recording techniques. I found it to be a great way to add some thickness and depth back into thinner sounding DI captures. So my impression that this box colors your tone was correct. I think I even said in the video, it reminds me a little bit of a bass enhancement, bass exciting plugin, like, for example, R bass from Waves. I just didn't know this was intended. So I sounded a little critical about this, I guess. And yeah, I should have done my homework and should have found out that there were 2 boxes and that I got the wrong one. Or, I mean, there's no right, there's no wrong. Got the colored one. These days, there is a company called United. I'll put a link there. And they actually took those 2 boxes and turned them into 1 box. So now you can purchase 1 big box that includes both circuits, and you can decide if you want to go clean or if you want to sound a little thicker. And that's something that I should have found out before doing the video. I apologize for that. And maybe this video inspires you to watch the main video now. I'll put a link here. I'll put a link there. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I see you, as usual, deep down in hell, motherfuckers. Bye-bye.